So today I want to find is a plane or a tangential plane to the cone that I have drawn out. So just done up in SolidWorks here on a cone, and I have it on my vertical plane and my horizontal plane. So I'm going to draft this out on AutoCAD how to find it, but basically, so if I look down the plan, I can see here this line here, this HT line here, so that's my horizontal trace. So that HT is tangential to the cone, or it's a tangent to the cone. So that goes up then, so that's what the line was going to look like in plan. So you're going to see a circle of the outline of the cone, then you're going to see a line here tangential to it that'll go back as far as the XY, which is lying just along here. If we look in the elevation, we're going to see a line VT. It's going to go up along like this, and that's going to, so the line's going to look like that in elevation. And then once we bring it out into, if we look at it as a 3D view, this is what our tangential plane as such is going to look like. So it's going to be, the plane is going to just be tangent to that cone at all times. So to do this, we're just going to go over to AutoCAD and do it. It's the easiest way to do this. And I already have a point here in plan. It's small, but we can see it there. Just that point there. And what I'm going to do first is I want to bring a point. I'm going to go down to my plan. I'm going to bring a point from the center of the cone. So just to explain this again, this is my elevation of my cone, this is my plan of my cone. So I'm going to go down to my plan. I'm going to go through my point, which is in the plan. I'm going to extend that out then to where it hits the outside of the cone. So that's my line going through the point, hitting the outside of the cone. And what I can do then is I can make a line tangent to that green line. So I can do it here simply, just I'm going to draw any line, make it perpendicular to that. Probably said tangential, that should be, sorry, perpendicular to the green line. So I can move that into place here. So you can see now that white line there and that green line, they're at 90 degrees, so that means perpendicular. I'm just going to extend that line up to this XY line. So that line there is going to represent my HT. So I'm just going to bring in my H and my T. So that's HT. That's T. Now, so that line there is HT, or is our horizontal trace, but is also our tangent to the cone. So now I want to find this. The VT up in elevation. So to do that, I'm going to go from. First of all, I want to bring a circle. I want to bring this line or this point. I want to find that point up in elevation. So to do that, I will be using a compass here. So I'm using a circle in this case, and I'm swinging through from the center of the circle through the point to where it hits this center line here. I can trim these lines down so we can just represent it. So we can imagine that's our arc swung there, hitting the center line there. We can bring a line then up from the center line up to the elevation where it hits the outside of the cone. That can be brought across. That there can be brought across to there. And from our point, which is down here in plan, where they intersect, that's going to give me my point there in the elevation. So where them two lines intersect is my point in elevation. So right in there. Now, what I want to do to find my, I'm just going to type in here my points P so we can make it clear. I'll change my layer so that we can just see it better. So point P. Point P is down there. up here in plan 2 in here. So I want to find the VT. So I have my horizontal trace here, and I'm going to go parallel to my horizontal trace. So I'm going to go parallel through to my horizontal trace through the point P up to where it hits. Let me change the layer of that. Up to where that hits the lines, where that hits the XY line. So they're parallel. Now I want to go straight up vertical from this point here. So that's vertical there, and I'm going to extend the line from point P horizontal to where they intersect. So where they intersect now is giving me a point on the vertical trace. So I already have 2 points, so 2 points can make up the line. So from the point on the XY, the point here that I'm just after finding, if I just extend them up then, so what I can do then is try and put in my VT. So that line there is my vertical trace. So I found my line HT in the plan, which is tangential. It's the same as my horizontal trace, and I found my VT then in elevation, which is my vertical trace. And if I go back over to SolidWorks, if I make that into 3D, that's what my plane is going to look like. My plane is going to look like that when I bring that drawn in 2D out into a 3D form. Keeps flipping.